Alright, testing. Cool. Hopefully the bot lets people know that we will be doing some Modern Horizons 2 drafts today. Windows are opening up on the wrong monitor. A few cards I still need from this format, so still not super enamored with Constructed right now. But I've been feeling better about it. Alrighty. Kefka, welcome. Joe West, welcome. I mean, Clayton's been in the chat since before I started streaming, but he hasn't said anything. He's just been like viewing my page, I guess. So Harmonic Prodigy, if I remember, is actually really good in this format, but you have to build around it. Otherwise, there's Graceful Restoration, but that locks us pretty hard into Reanimator. Sliver and Historic. Hey, Sigma. Welcome. I think I'm going to go with the Harmonic Prodigy. Reanimator's a lot stronger, but... Woo woo! 11 months. Thank you, Six Sigma. Much appreciated. You're a wonderful human being. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Harmonic Prodigy. We'll see what happens. Unholy Heat. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Unholy Heat. Card's insane, even in limited. So now, there's Blazing Rootwalla or Soul Talisman. Mix'em, welcome. Tarek, thanks for showing up. Have fun at D&D. So we're probably playing a little bit of Delirium. It is not my birthday. I'm gonna go with the Blazing Rootwalla because we're probably gonna be playing an aggressive deck here. I'm almost as old as this joke. Okay, that one got me. That's good. I was gonna say earlier today, I actually did not recognize that it was Wednesday. For most of today, I have been operating under the assumption that it is actually like Tuesday or something. Joe West 41 resubscribed. Thank you so much. You're a wonderful human being, and I appreciate the support. So Lazotep Chancellor works best with the Delirium. Foundry Helix is best if we're aggressive. I think I'm going to take Foundry Helix. Hey, Mix'em. Let's see. Getting ready to go to the Modern event, which happens Thursdays. Yeah. No, I don't know why, but Wednesday is like the most forgettable day. Don't you hate it when you do that? You like ask for a favor to make sure stuff's like in order, and then it's like on the wrong day and everything, and then you gotta apologize, or you just have to keep it to yourself and it's a secret forever. Yeah, real life's been crazy for a lot of people recently, and I'm not exactly sure why that is, but it has been. There's just I think a bunch of people have had lots of big life stuff all line up at the same time. Do I take another Root Walla? I'd probably take the Rustvale Bridge if I want to splash the Helix. The Wizard or Shaman thing, this is going to be red-blue, but there's not that many Wizards or Shamans. Like, there's the Skeleton Shaman. If I'm doing... Yeah, I think we still take Rustvale Bridge. Well, maybe I'd take the Root Walla. I'm going to take the Root Walla. Patchwork Gnomes. Free Madness Enabler, but it's not that great. I think we take a Lightning Spear. You've been doing a lot of MH2 draft at the shop, so much value. Well, that's good. I actually have some Modern Horizons 2 sealed product. I think I have like whatever the current name of a fat pack is. I don't know what it's called, but it's the tall square box with like 8 to 10 packs in it or whatever. That one I am... I kind of want to do an opening video for, but I also keep forgetting to get the stuff set up for it. I don't have the correct kind of setup down here. There's not enough light. A bundle. Is it a bundle? I could totally see it being called a bundle. I think they're going to take Blacksmith Skill. This is going to be a pretty good combat trick for us. Currently drafting not an archetype. But you know, like you do. We've got a little bit of madness going on. So I probably should, like, dip into madness. Or get some madness enablers. Echoing Return, Magus of the Bridge. I guess Magus of the Bridge is a rare. I'm just never playing it. I'll take the Crypt Keeper. Opened a bundle, 2 draft boxes, 2 set boxes, and a collector box. Oh, I have a bundle and 1 collector's pack for Modern Horizons 2. That's how much sealed product I have. I also have I have some Strixhaven stuff too. I know I have a Strixhaven collector box I never opened. Is Vintage Draft still happening? And if so, do you plan on playing any? Vintage Cube and Modern Horizons 2 Draft are both ongoing right now and will be, I think, until August 8th. I might later, depending on how I feel after this, depending on, you know, whether we just like curb stomp or something like that. I think I am most likely to play Hard Evidence out of those cards. Hard Evidence is a sorcery, and we might be doing the Delirium thing. Gouged Zealot is pretty good, especially if we are doing Delirium. Is that what you want to see, Joest, if all other things being the same? I guess I would take a Recalibrate. I want to take a Vermin Gorger. We're kind of drafting everything right now. So we need to kind of focus in and figure out what we're playing. So Mind Collapse is excellent for Delirium. Oh, that does not sound fun for either of you guys. Mind Collapse is excellent for Delirium, because we can even, like, maybe even sack an artifact land. Chef's Kiss is just insanely good. I really like Chef's Kiss, so I'm going to take it. It's a rare. There's another Mind Collapse. I don't think I'm going to pass it up this time. Captain Ripley Vance is also really strong, just hard to enable because you need like a bunch of the faithless salvaging and free spells and stuff. Usually goes late because I don't think a lot of people take her. I think, yeah, her. Take the Mind Collapse. Second most likely color I'm playing is blue, I think. So I think I would take the Aerialist here. Let's take the Aerialist. In the flavor text, it's referred to by she. They're referred to by she. That's what I was checking. So Flame Rift is damage. Spreading Insurrection is a way to end the game. Arcbound Tracker is pretty good. Just casting multiple spells a turn. I still don't really know what I'm drafting, and that's probably a problem. I think we take the Tracker. Tracker's just an efficient creature. Red's also our like primary color. I don't think I'm playing Out of Time. Foul Watcher is Delirium. We should probably switch into Delirium because, like, I think that's where our best cards are right now. Everything kind of blends together as long as you're in two colors, but let's take Foul Watcher. Hey, Orfeo, how's it going? Some good old-fashioned water. That's for me. Oh man, Donuts is good. Donuts is real good. Is Priest? I don't think Priest of Fell Rights is worth anything. It is not. Okay. So I'll either be taking Foundry Helix or Hard Evidence. I think I'd take Hard Evidence, just so we have like lots of instants and sorceries and such. Yeah, I'll take Hard Evidence. Ooh, Kaleidoscorch. Kaleidoscorch is very good. I wouldn't mind another Tracker. Mere Scrappling's not bad either. But if we're 2 or 3 colors, Kaleidoscorch is also excellent. You want the Priest to be good? The Priest is good. Did you not see the Reanimator deck I drafted? Or not drafted, I played? Tide Shaper. Target land becomes an island? I don't think I can play this. I think I would rather have the Parcel Mirror for this deck. Oh, I could take Liquid Metal Torque. Liquid Metal Torque makes all of the artifact destruction spells really good, and that's something I keep overlooking. I'm going to take a Liquid Metal Torque. I may not actually be playing it. Aeromoeba is great for turning on Delirium. Okay. Do we have enough free spells for Captain Ripley Vance? I don't think so. I think I take Faithless Salvaging here. Crypt Keeper is fine. I Flame Rift or Spreading Insurrection. Spreading Insurrection's like crazy even if you can get it with like Storm Count 2. Yeah, I'll take Spreading Insurrection. Oh, why did I pick the non-foil? So it only matters if you get Thought Seized or equivalent, but if your opponent looks at your hand and they see a foil Tormod's Cryptkeeper, and then I draw the regular one and forget which one was in my hand and play the regular one, then they know, if they're paying attention, that that's what I drew. Card homogenization matters way more in Constructed, but you never know, right? Okay, so probably not playing Vermin Gorger, probably not playing Blacksmith Skill, probably not playing Foundry Helix. I'm definitely not playing 3 Crypt Keepers, but probably some. Yeah. It technically, if you want to be as spike as possible, that is the correct move, is all of the arts of the same card should be the same. Obsidian Charmaw is a 5-mana 4/4 flyer. It destroys almost nothing in this format. To what degree will you take the foil for financial value? If it's a foil mythic, you almost always take it. Not so much for supplemental sets, but for standard sets, because when set redemption time rolls around, they jump in price a lot because people are scrambling to get the ones they don't have. If it's a chase, rare, or mythic, then, you know, whatever, I'll take the foil. If it's good and limited, I'll take the foil. But given that option, if it's a common and there's a regular one and a foil, it doesn't matter, really. In fact, the situation that I brought up almost never happens. I'm going to take the 5-mana 4/4 flyer. Like, that's just probably going to be good enough for us. Scophos Reaver is not bad. It's a way to get some payoff from, like, Faithless Salvaging. And it's a creature. Slasher is decent top end because it can have haste. Step Through is also pretty good. Just unsummoning 2 creatures can be quite the blowout sometimes. I think I'm going to take the Reaver, though. So we have there's an Ethereum Spinner, which we can use to make some Thopters. We do have a few spells that are more expensive. I am looking for alternate stuff to Tormod's Crypt Keepers. I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty easy for us to get creatures and artifacts into the grave because we have a lot of artifact creatures. Counterspell's bad for mana. Yeah, I did not pick the other counterspell either. I could have gone much heavier blue, but we started in red. I think we take the Spinner. So basically the only card in this pack for us is Viashino Lashclaw, and the reason that it is like Shattered Ego is like fine as removal. It's not great, it generally wheels. But Galvanic Relay I do not like unless you're playing the dedicated Storm deck, and even then it's not great. So take the Lashclaw. So Mental Journey, basic land cycling, this is fixing, this is like top-end card draw, so this is probably fine. I already have a Revolutionist. I do have some good cards I could buy back with Revolutionist. Unholy Heat specifically comes to mind. I'm going to take Mental Journey. Okay, I'm going to take Storm God's Oracle here. Foul Watcher is pretty good. Storm God's Oracle is actually really, really good, and it's another card type that we're kind of having trouble finding any enchantments. We had a few opportunities, but we had better cards in those packs. This just makes Delirium easier. Let me go ahead and cut some cards I know I'm not playing at this point. I don't think I have any Artifact Destruction spells, like at all, so probably don't need Liquimetal Torque. Oh, Relay is fantastic in Commander. Just like play your whole deck the next turn. I mean, it's almost like Storm draw a card in a way. It just doesn't let you get the benefit from it that turn. Oh, Mix, I'm sorry, I totally missed your message. You're talking about Clayton's like purposeful tilt deck. The 61 card, everything's a different art, everything's a different border color nonsense deck. I will take Goblin Trap Runner. This card is better than I initially evaluated it because I've actually been misreading that card. That's cool, I can see that working. Flame Rift, another Trap Runner, or a Shattered Ego. Once again, could take Shattered Ego as another enchantment. Because we really only have Storm God's Oracle. I think we take Trap Runner, though. I could take Flame Rift, but we have an okay number of sorceries, I think. I don't want another Lash Claw, so we'll just take the Trap Runner. I'm not going to play Landscaper Kolos. I might play a second Arcbound Tracker. What does this do again? Get back an instant or sorcery for 3 mana, or tap 2 creatures and frost them. That is not a bad effect. Is it better than double unsummon? I think the versatility of this and the fact it's 2 different card types means it's better for us to take it. Crypt Keeper, I'll put in the sideboard. I've got like 9 of them now. I can take a Shattered Ego. Foul Watcher, alright. And an Archomancer into the side. Alright, group creatures separately. Let's see what we're dealing with here. So I'd like to cut probably 2, maybe 3 creatures. So probably not playing Crypt Keeper. We have 3 artifact creatures currently in the deck. Burdened Aerialist might be our worst creature. It does fix, it technically can ramp, but I'm not a huge fan. We don't have or make a lot of treasures. We've got a good number of instants, a good number of sorceries, at least one way to get lands into the grave. Man. I think I'm going to try really hard to keep spreading Insurrection in the deck. Said and Done's probably a little bit expensive. Mental Journey is fine, but I think we need to stay away from double blue. I need to cut 4 cards. Oh, Harmonic Prodigy synergizes with Storm God's Oracle. I didn't realize that. Same with Revolutionist. And that's a wizard, so that actually synergizes as well. So incidental synergies. I like this. I like this a lot. I think I'm going to drop the Lash Claw. I'm going to go without Shattered Ego. I have to be a little bit careful. Anybody have suggestions on, like, last 1 or 2 cards to cut from this deck? I may not need to have Recalibrate, but we are discarding cards, so it's like a free draw attached to a Disperse. Side in Hard Evidence. I just like it because it's a cheap sorcery, and we don't have a lot of sorceries. Like, it's going to be really easy to get a creature in the grave. It's going to be really easy to get an instant in the grave. It'll be moderately okay to get an artifact into the grave. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sorceries, one of which costs 5. I'm a little bit hesitant. That might be the play. It is definitely better versus aggressive decks where you can be blocking with the crab. Then ideally I need to cut one more card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instants. Maybe it's a creature. I could cut like an Arcbound Tracker. It's not super great in this deck because we don't have a ton of Arcbound creatures. Or modular creatures. Alright, I'll cut one Arcbound Tracker. And I think we have a deck. I'm going to go with 6 islands because I only have one double... Well, I have 2 double red spells, but this should be fine. Kaleidoscorch is only ever going to do 2 damage unless I splash. I don't have any... Well, I guess... No, I took out the card that makes a treasure. I have nothing else that makes treasures. 2 damage isn't terrible. Halsey, welcome. It's not my birthday, but thank you. Okay. I think we got a deck. Let's see what happens. How you been, Halsey? I've been meaning to catch one of your streams. I just have... Like, every time you've streamed, I've been in the middle of something that I can't put down. But I do see the notifications. He was in the middle of his own birthday party. Oh, gosh. Sigma. You don't let anything past you, do you? No, I was not throwing a birthday party for myself. Oh, man. That's fair. Yeah. Yes, Sigma was there at this hypothetical birthday party. But only hypothetically. That sounds fun. I heard that game was actually decent, and like a lot of people have a ton of nostalgia for, but that's one of those, like, other than like maybe 30 seconds worth of footage, I know nothing about the game. I've never seen anything else. I know a lot of people like it, though. Alright. Our opponent is duo queuing. Oh, it's actually abandonware? Wow. No, I'm good. I don't, like, I have enough things, like, that are distracting me right now. But I appreciate the offer. Opponent is running a 41 card deck. I feel like that's important to call out. Oh, while everybody's here and paying attention, I am technically on call, so if I start getting paged, I'll have to go do other things, but hopefully that's not the case. It's been a really, really quiet couple of days, so... So I actually went, I went running today, which is not something I normally do. I'm not keeping this hand. It does nothing. This hand is much better. So I'll keep this. I'm going to put back Aeromoeba. And I ran for, after not having run for years, I ran for 120 consecutive seconds, and so did the brown dog. And let me tell you, that 120 seconds of running put him in a 4-hour coma. Question: why would work call you if you're a software engineer? What can happen? So I am technically a software engineer, but the work I do supports the work that I do, the software that I write and maintain, directly supports like the system infrastructure. Because I do like provisioning automation and stuff. So I'm on the team that manages the infrastructure, so I have to be trained in how to handle certain stuff, and I take rotations from them so that it's not like one dude on call all the time. So let's hit our opponent for 1. I don't know that any of those adjectives apply, Six Sigma. Ocean Infinity, that is correct. And Celeste... I really want to respond with, well, if you pay enough. But that's not accurate. I don't have an OnlyFans. So opponent plays their own Foul Watcher. Attacks for 3. We'll take it. Untap. We draw Kaleidoscorch. Roast Kano stream. Alright, go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent blocks, that's fine. Then play out Scophos Reaver, pass the turn. Wow. That's a lot. Yeah, I've done stuff like that. I think that technically does describe some of my responsibilities, Mixum. Alright, Storm God's Oracle is annoying. Dang. We draw a mountain. So... play a mountain. Kaleidoscorch. Kill Ripley Vance. Bounce Storm God's Oracle. Counter on Tracker. And yes, I'm doing this because I don't want them blocking with the Oracle and killing something this turn. Go to combat. Attack for 8. We're attacking with the Crow because if they block it, it's not that big of a deal. That would mean they're taking 7. Surprise Ragavan splash incoming. Yeah, that would punish me for attacking with the Crow. Opponent plays a mountain. I mean, they are playing 5-color whatever, which is kind of interesting to me. Green 10/10 must be on deck. What makes you think that? Opponent replays Storm God's Oracle. They Mind Collapse Tracker. We untap, we draw Trap Runner. So, go to combat. Wait, which green 10/10? Alright, swing out. Oh, the Storm Dinosaur. Opponent blocks and blocks. They pump. But why wouldn't you pump again? What could you possibly gain from this? If you pumped until you got Delirium, then it would have worked. Play Trap Runner, pass the turn. Stormosaurus Rex. Opponent Wizard Cycle, step through. Gets Garth One Eye. Interesting. They untap. That's why they're playing 5 colors. So they can get a Shivan Dragon next turn. We draw Hard Evidence. So they can regrowth their best stuff. We just start trying to race, right? Like, Disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Shivan Dragon, Regrowth, and Black Lotus. Go to combat. Mono Black Siege Rhino, Radiant Epicure. I see now, yes. I was really confused by that statement. Yeah. The fact that he has to tap it to get any of those things. Tails never fails. We won 2 flips. Opponent blocks a 1/1. They don't block the 4/2. Play Foul Watcher. Mountain to the top. Mountain to the top because we can flashback Kaleidos Scorch for 2 damage. Get a clue, pass the turn. Is this the legendary Black Lotus Concede? Arcbound Slasher. Making it a 5/5. They were going to attack. Opponent taps it. Are they making a Shivan Dragon? Black Lotus. Ocean Infinity, thank you for your subscription. You're a wonderful human being, and I appreciate the support. Triple blue. Recalibrates Foul Watcher. They're still dead, right? Deck list for context. It was the legendary Black Lotus Concede. No, you're not a monster for wanting to play that deck. That's just a logical evolution of the, oh, what is that? The black-red, like, Croxa Pyromancer deck. Ocean Infinity giving out 5 Tier 1 community subs. I'm sure everybody who got one appreciates it. Thank you, sir. That's very, very gracious of you. I think I can keep this. Yeah, we're gonna try keeping this. Opponent starts tap land. We draw Mountain. Mountain is good. Play Rootwalla. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Scalding Tarn. Opponent got a fetch land. They get a Mountain. They play a Lightning Spear. We untap. We draw an island. Go to combat. We can either attack for 3 or we can play Lightning Spear this turn. I think we play out the Lightning Spear. I really wanted to pump for damage, but that felt a little bit greedy. Opponent might play a land and then just spear the Rootwalla. Opponent plays an Arcbound Tracker. We draw a Mountain. Equip to the Root Walla. Go to combat. And attack for 2. Okay, opponent's going to take the damage. Then we pass. Opponent untaps. They play a tap land. The basic land cycle battle plan. Getting a swamp. Interesting they did not equip the tracker. We're going to take 2 because I think they might have blacksmith skill. We're going to do this on the end step. Okay. We untap. Draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Hit our opponent down to 14. Then play a Gouged Zealot. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Swamp. They play an Arcbound Slasher, giving it +1/+1. We untap. We draw Foul Watcher. So equip the Zealot. Go to combat. Attack for 5. Opponent no blocks. They go to 9. Play an island. Play Foul Watcher. Mountain to the grave. Pass the turn. Its opponent's probably going to replay Arcbound Tracker, then leave up Lightning Spear. So they replay Tracker. They equip Tracker. Ooh, I don't think that was right. We untap. We draw Goblin Trap Runner. Play a mountain. Go to combat. I'm not sure what trick my opponent could have here, but I don't think they thought that all the way through. So opponent's going to trade there. In that case, pump the Root Walla. Trample over. Shoot them. All right. I think attacking there was overly aggressive. All right, we're going to restart the client, and then I'll open up predictions for the next round. Actually, I'll do that while I'm restarting the client. So I know some of you people are eager on gambling your channel points. That is my middle name. Great. All right, predictions open. 1K bet on loss immediately. Nice. Nice. 7.2K on win. Oh, you're going to have some more doubters, I think, because otherwise, that's a lot of points on win. It's a lot of pressure. Love the patented Kano between the games moto restart. I've been burned by it too many times, man. That's a pretty fat pile of points and win. Some people might wanna bet some points against that. But remember, whoever bet all them points only gets 1K if they lose. But you let me down. I'm not getting broke again. More people betting on win. Oh, I love the faith. Thank you, believers. I'm sorry, Mixum. I'm so sorry. I tried. All right. Oh, now it's 10K to 10K. Oh, I would like to play first. No blue mana. Hand that requires exclusively blue mana. Resident Doubter. Okay, we got a mulligan that hand. I am going to keep... I don't want to keep, but I am going to keep this. We need to be aggressive. We need to draw cards. We need to draw our other color of mana, but... Red is our primary color, so I feel comfortable doing this. We do only ever need one blue mana. Opponent starts tap land. We draw an island. Island is good. Play a mountain. I'm going to hold off on playing the Prodigy this turn. Just to sneak in a little extra damage. Odds are my opponent is playing multiple tap lands. Because you are incentivized to play a bunch of colors. Alright, opponent passes. We draw Gouged Zealot. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Opponent doesn't even wait for the pump. That was a mistake, because now I can do this. And I can replay the Root Wall of this turn. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play Hard Evidence. And they Shattered Ego the Root Walla. Okay. We untap. We draw Unholy Heat. Play a mountain. Play Gouged Zealot. Pass the turn. I'm glad this hand turned out okay, because I was a bit worried. No attacks. We'll wait. Opponent plays a forest. So they're definitely just Simic. Maybe splashing a third color somewhere on the curve, but... I have an Aeromoeba. We untap. We draw an island. You weren't worried? Don't worry. Oh, good. Go to combat. And attack and attack. Okay. If they discard to switch power and toughness, we're going to shock in response. Wow, they did not. Interesting. In that case, we're just going to wait. Opponent plays a land. They're up to 5. They play a Ren's Run Hydra X4. That does make things a little more awkward. We untap and draw Recalibrate. No way to discard cards this turn, but we can get multiple... we can get multiple triggers on Harmonic Prodigy. Okay. So, go to combat. Attack and attack. So we recalibrate the token to get rid of it, Prowess. Then we Unholy Heat the Hydra, Prowess, kill the Hydra, and opponent takes 4? That's pretty good. That was like the best possible block for us. I kind of expected my opponent to give up the crab, but they crack a clue to draw. And then they pass. We untap. We draw Spreading Insurrection. We go to combat. Attack for 5. Opponent takes 5, goes to 8. I'm going to hold on to this mountain in case I draw Faithless Salvaging. Playing it out maybe to get the storm value on Spreading Insurrection might be correct, but I also think if my opponent just like taps out for a huge threat, we Spreading Insurrection and win the game. Opponent scoops. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, if they're playing big creatures, it might be worth playing Shattered Ego. Because we might need to tuck those creatures back into the deck to answer them. When Dress Down enters the battlefield, draw a card. Creatures lose all abilities. Should I be playing this? It's an enchantment that sacks itself. I didn't even read this card, I just took it. Would that be better than anything I have? Not directly, I don't think. You still have time to punt / throw it away. That's true. That's true. There's nobody you can trust to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory more than me. I'm just gonna run it back. I'm not gonna make any adjustments. I didn't even read this card. I just took it. Feel comfortable, believers? It's pretty funny. Considering our whole hand is red, I'm actually comfortable keeping this hand. We're going to do a similar thing to what we did last game, although it will be less effective because we were on the draw. Opponent starts tap land. We do need to draw lands. That is something that needs to happen. We draw Scophos Reaver. Play a mountain, play a root walla, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play an island and pass. We untap and draw. Foul Watcher. Play a mountain, go to combat. Attack for 1. I think my opponent has Recalibrate. They don't even wait for me to pump. Okay. Play Harmonic Prodigy. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island and passes. We untap. Island, please. Mountain works too. Play a mountain. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Opponent takes 1. Play Scophos Reaver. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. And plays an Aeromoeba. We untap. Still would really like to draw an island. Unholy Heat would be pretty good here too. Mountain, I think, is the absolute next best thing. So, go to combat. Attack for 4. See if our opponent is willing to trade. Okay, they block. It stopped for a while, but they started it back up again when they put out Vintage Cube again. Opponent discards Aeromoeba to Aeromoeba in order to trade. That's fine. Play a mountain. Play Goblin Trap Runner. Pass the turn. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good, actually. I was very, very stressed for a long period of time due to job-related things, but it didn't work out the way that I had hoped, but it has worked out in a way that is manageable. So, go to combat. Attack. Trap Runner. Tails never fails. We got 2 goblins. All right. Opponent goes down to 5. I could play the Root Walla and hold up Chef's Kiss. I think it's better to play the Zealot, though. Oh my goodness. Opponent plays Urban Daggertooth. We untap. Draw Aeromoeba. Yeah, we just attack all out, don't we? Opponent only has 2 cards in hand. Yeah, they can block. Yeah, they can proliferate. But, like, we're going to make more goblins and swing around. Tails Gang did win the great coin flip of 2021, though, so you got it. I don't know what that means, but okay. Tails again. 3 goblins this time. Tails never fails. That's gotta be demoralizing. Opponent proliferates, nothing. Play the Root Walla, leave up Chef's Kiss. Deck Record, thank you for raiding with a party of 4. I cannot Chef's Kiss this because it targets more than one permanent. How annoying. It's not my birthday, LA Power. It's not my birthday, you've been lied to. But thank you, I appreciate the sentiment. And we win the match, believers. Believers get the points. How much money do you make at work? Just asking because I see you're doing an MH draft. Oh, I am a my primary job. Technically, the gross pay is in the 6 figures. So, the low 6 figures, but 6 figures. It's also very stressful. Yeah, I wish. I wish. Another content creator duo went on about being a head's head or a tails gang, and in a year they would flip a coin to see which half their audience was superior. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. I mean, I suppose it exists somewhere on the internet, right? That's the exact kind of thing that they would do like a fandom over. Alright. New prediction. Round 3. Am I gonna win? Am I gonna lose? That's, I've been winning so far. I wonder what I'm gonna bet on. Law of large numbers. I'm going to lose eventually, right? That's not how math works, by the way. This could be the beginning of a streak of wins that doesn't end until the heat death of the universe. You don't know. I wish. You're even good at letting me down when I expect you to lose, so I can't bet on anything again. Mix'em terminally unlucky. Don't buy lottery tickets, don't go gambling, Mix'em. Is any 6-figure considered low, unless you live in New York that is rich? You know, well, there's more than one area around the country where that would be considered like middle class. Technically, you're not like upper class until you're over like I think it's like $250,000 for the primary income. I think that's actually what it is. If only it were completely random, but there is a human element involved. So yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not in poverty, thankfully. I don't gamble on pure chance. I outplay noobs at poker and guess your deck's power level wrongly. Oh man. All right, it's about even. You're about to be impoverished with all this student loan debt? Yeah. No kidding. Good luck with that, by the way. I wish you the best, and I mean that. Why are you working and making money instead of playing more Magic during the week and being broke? Good question. Can't do this game sober. Oh gosh. No stranger to online gambling games involving 2 and 4 cards. Is it... I wanted to make a joke, but I don't know. Don't play a drinking game on me, please. I can't be responsible for that. Never play 3-card Monty. You will never win. Similar to bingo. Oh gosh. Clayton, was that even English? Wow, it is. That is 249.51 predictions in a row. It's literally 50-50 split, basically. Is everyone plastered your WTF? Clayton, how do you think people can actually watch me? I'm surprised you can tolerate me. You mean you're not plastered? I'm kidding. Oh, man. That explains why you guys hang out with me at dark o'clock. Kano should not be kidding. Left my emergency fireball in my other pants. Oh, gosh. Alright, round 3, we're on the draw. My opponent is duo queuing in a Modern Horizons 2 sealed league in addition to a draft league. This hand is slow. It's not terrible, though, because Spear can be a 2 and 3 drop play, and we're on the draw, so hopefully we can draw something else. I'm going to keep this. Opponent starts tap land. We draw a mountain, play mountain, pass the turn. 4 lands and a 4 drop, keep. Don't doubt my methods. Oh, wait, you're in the Doubters Club. Opponent plays a swamp. They are black-white, so they are probably Reanimator, which could work out very poorly for us. Opponent surveils, leaving it on top. They play a Breathless Knight. We draw a Foul Watcher. This has lifelink and is really scary, but we need to build the board, so Foul Watcher it is. Third Mountain to the grave. Equip the bird, pass the turn. Equip the bird's what I call it when I wear a ring on my middle finger. Anyway, opponent plays a Necromancer's Familiar. We untap. We draw Storm God's Oracle. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Play an island. So there's no way we kill this card unless we sack Lightning Spear right now. So I have to take a turn off from building the board to do that past the turn. Speaking of, I think I have a command. Opponent surveils. Puts a swamp in the grave. Opponent goes to combat, attacks us for 2, that's fine. We untap. We draw Scophos Reaver. Play an island. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Opponent no blocks. Second main, we will play a Trap Runner. Highest potential payoff here, I think. Opponent Tragic Falls the Trap Runner. That is unfortunate. Man, if we'd gotten a Chef's Kiss off on that. Opponent plays a Swamp. Goes to combat. Hits us for 2. We untap. We draw Unholy Heat. So... Did we die? Go to combat. Attack for 1. Make it 2. Kill Breathless Knight. And play the Reaver. Pass the turn. Play that for the stream. The Steeram. Alright, we untap. We draw an island. Play an island. Play Storm God's Oracle. Pump it. Pump it. Pump it. Kill the Breathless Knight. Go to combat. Swing 6. Same shirt and everything. Coincidence, believers. That would have also been a good moment for that one. Opponent vindicates. Cracks a food. We untap. Draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Play Revolutionist. Pick up Unholy Heat. Go to combat. Hit them for 2. Now we have a pocket 6 damage. Looked away for 10 seconds, came back and saw 10 creatures on their side of the field, thought my 7,000 was gonzo. Oh, that's true, because I just put it up over the display area here. Opponent is going to Late to Dinner Necromancer's Familiar. Alright. So we untap. Draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Go to combat. Attack for 5. Opponent does not block. Take them to 11. Pass the turn. If the baseline for 3 damage is a bolt of lightning, Kano has 2 bolts of lightning in his pocket. Alright. Opponent plays a Prophetic Titan. So they can shoot something, and they do. Okay. When it goes to combat, attacks for 3, changes their mind. We untap, draw a mountain, go to combat, attack for 2. Opponent no blocks, they go to 9. Play a mountain, pass the turn. I'm banking on them to cast a removal spell when they don't need to. That's basically where we are right now. Get him, opponent! Whose side are you on? Oh, wait. When Loathsome Curator exploits a creature... Why can this only hit spells? Why does their removal have to be stapled to a creature? So opponent exploits. Yes, I can do that, but if one lands on the Necromancer's Familiar, that's actually a problem. I've been considering doing that this entire time. Take 7. Go to 9. We untap. Draw Obsidian Charmaw. Play the Charmaw. It's a 4 power, 4 toughness flyer. You're the only streamer that chat is actively rooting for their demise. Isn't it a 1-3? Okay, here's where we do it. Hold priority. Unholy Heat to kill the 5-4 with Menace. Hopefully. Chef's Kiss it. Because they tapped out. No, they targeted the same creature! Ocean Infinity! It's just... Oh... Good! You know, I can win a single coin flip, but I can't roll... I'll roll a 1 and a 2 on 2d6, let me tell you. Thought it said another? Nope. New targets can't be you or a permanent you control. They could be anything else. We don't trade yet. Opponent plays Vile Entomber. You're buying a house in the next year. Wonderful. That's good news. Opponent puts an Archfiend in the grave. We can recalibrate, but that doesn't do anything. Alright. Alright. Well, we tried. So because my opponent has really big creatures, I actually think I'm going to be playing Shattered Ego here. I don't think I want to play Dress Down. Nice. That'll be really nice. What do I cut for Shattered Ego? I think we're going to play without it, actually. We're just going to run it back. Hopefully we can be way more aggro on the play. It doesn't turn off the enter the battlefield. No, they'll still get the trigger. Because if I play it beforehand, it still enters with its ability. It still has its abilities. It only applies to stuff on the board. So we'd like to play first. This hand looks pretty good. Let me keep. My opponent is disconnected. You did not just whack your opponent to lose me points now. No, no. Of course not. Alright, they came back. A lead on mountain past the turn. Opponent plays plains. We draw a recalibrate. Play an island. Play Harmonic Prodigy. Pass the turn. Alright, we untap. Draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Go to combat. Is that from my rules section? Oh gosh. Can't tell you the last time I looked at it. Shouldn't admit that on stream. Need to go reread my own rules. Opponent plays a plains. Plays a monoskelion. Alright. I've been slowly upping it because, like, there were weeks where I was getting... I limited it because I was getting, like, 3 or 4, and then I didn't have time to record the decks I wanted to. Alright, recalibrate, bounce monoskelion. I limited it and increased the price because of that. We untap. They did not ping us in response. We draw an island. Play an island. Go to combat. Literally tripled over time, yeah. Has anyone cashed in today? No, there have not been any redemptions yet. Go to combat. And attack. Play Gouged Zealot. Pass the turn. Make him play Domain Zoo or Eggs. Opponent probably has removal, and they do. Then they're probably going to replay Monoskelion, I imagine? Monoskelion, alright. We untap. Draw an island. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Every time you crack an egg in an eggs video, I'd make that many eggs IRL. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, Sigma. What moron ever gave you a sword? Opponent thinking hard. Mix 'em. I wouldn't expect anyone else to give me the give me a deck list for eggs. We're gonna ditch island. We draw island. Kill Monoskelion. Play an island to pass the turn. Unfortunately, we cannot leave up Chef's Kiss this turn. Opponent plays a land. Plays a Sinister Starfish. No! Look how good Chef's Kiss would be right now. It'd be insane. That makes me sad. Untap, Faithless Salvaging, Rebounding. Cast Faithless Salvaging. Ditch an island. We get a Foul Watcher. We draw Aeromoeba. Play Foul Watcher. Surveil. Mountain to the grave. We're basically at the top of our curve. Opponent plays a Vile Entomber. Putting an Archfiend of Sorrow into their grave, which is very irritating. I didn't bring in any of my Tormod's Crypt Keepers, I'm now realizing. I have like 6. I should have done that. Should have brought in the stuff that hates on Reanimator. I've said that I don't know how many times in Modern Rises 2 draft videos. It's like, oh yeah, you just always have one in the sideboard. It's really good versus the Reanimator archetype. They always go late. 5. I can do it next turn. Go to combat. Woo doubters! Yeah, uh-huh. Go to combat. It happens to be one of the only rules that I know. 104.3a. Oh. Hit them for 1. Takes 1. Goes to 17. Play Aeromoeba. It survives the -2/-2 onslaught. No. No. Opponent doing the thing, probably. Oh, they just straight up reanimate it. Uh-huh. Yep, take 2. That is better than unearthing it. We untap. We draw a Spreading Insurrection. Oh, man, that might actually come in handy. Because we can Blazing Rootwalla for 0 as long as Aeromoeba sticks around. Yeah. We're going to wait to do that, of course. There will be a more opportune moment, I'm certain. Okay, opponent surveils. They untap. They go to combat. They attack for 6. So we take 6. Opponent plays a Tyzerus Charger. Okay, nothing I can do about that. Then they play a Cabal Initiate. Another Rootwalla. Does that kill them? I can flip back to Chef's Kiss. So this is a 4-2. I can gain control of the Flyer, Tyzerus Charger, and the Death Toucher. That would be 8 in the air, taking them to 9. We'd have 2 Rootwallas. They would have to block, but it's not unreasonable for them to do so. I don't need another red mana. They do have lifelink on the ground, yeah, but they would have to discard to get it. So Rootwalla Madness. I don't think this actually wins. It's just the best play I can make. And this is almost my only opportunity to do so. Actually, I could gain control of Cabal Initiate. And I could gain life with it. That makes more sense. If I take control of Archfiend, Tyzerus Charger, and Cabal Initiate. So then we... Spreading Insurrection. Yeah, no, I was just talking about discarding it. Gaining control of Cabal Initiate and Tyzerus Charger. Go to combat. Attack with everybody. So I can either give this lifelink, or I can deal 2 extra damage. That's currently 9 damage, taking them to 8. You can do 2 extra damage and take them to 6. Or I can gain 3 and go to 15. I think the extra damage is probably the way I should go. Man, if I had a sack outlet, this would have been the craziest play. Alright, we're going to go for extra damage. I don't think this matters, but it's still cool. Opponent ditches Razortide Bridge from the top of their deck. They go to 6. They play another lifelinker and they can crack the food. Opponent swings out. They discard a card to make that a 3/3. So that's 6, 12 damage exactly. I have to block. Yeah, we can only do at most 7 damage this turn. That's the game. I tried. I really tried. Doubters win. Doubters win. Hang on. Wrong view. I was going to do another Modern Horizons draft. So if I do and I win any more packs, I'm going to keep those packs because those could allow me to do a third draft potentially. Only made 158 points. All right. Time to restart the client. Then we'll do another draft. Lost over 7,000. If I can type my password correctly. Actually, 1 second. I'm gonna go use the restroom really quick. You guys can talk to the legendary chair stream, and then we're gonna start up another Modern Horizons draft momentarily. this is a Razer keyboard, yes. Alright. Time for the draft. Y'all behave while I was gone. Alright. Fire Ice. There's also a Master of Death, Prophetic Titan. What do we take? The Fire Ice is very good. I just drafted Is It, though. When Master of Death enters the battlefield, surveil 2. At the beginning of upkeep, if it's in your graveyard, you may pay 1 and return it to your hand. Value Fish. Oh, Wave Sifter? I think we take Master of Death. Because this is like a free discard for the blue-black discard deck. And it's really powerful getting that much recursion. So I'm going to go with Master of Death. I've not played with it in Limited yet. I've played against it, I think, once. Maybe twice. Thought Monitor. This is a good Limited card. Definitely means we can start drafting artifacts. Like a lot. I'm taking Thought Monitor. Blue-white artifacts as an archetype. Well, and then rainbow and red-white and American artifacts. And by that I mean Jeskai. Alright, Mixum. You have a good sleep. Thanks for tuning in. It was good to have you. Blue-green game objects was the only archetype I could do well with in draft. I mean, it works, right? Whenever you discard a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. There's got to be a way to make that work. I do like Dihada's Ploy a lot. There's no artifacts in this pack other than Fodder Tosser. I think Dihada's Ploy is the play. Bird for Surveil. I think Dihada's Ploy is better than Bird in most situations. Matches your first draft. Well, if we learned anything. Okay. So, a few options here. I like Tanglepool Bridge. Just being a blue on-color artifact land makes Thought Monitor better. We could take, like, Squirrel Sanctuary, Abundant Harvest, Blessed Respite. I'll go with the Tanglepool Bridge. Could let us splash. Whale is the most underwhelming card in the whole format. Maybe. Bird should be a robot because all birds are just government drones. What is this draft thing you're doing? Let's see. So I can take another artifact land, which wouldn't be bad. I do not like Phantasmal Dreadmaw. Sojourner's Companion is actually quite good. It just involves us getting a lot of the lands. It's called Prolonged Losing. Wow. The disrespect. Dark Moss Bridge might actually be the pick here, but I'm going to take the Companion. Prolonged Losing. I like that. I actually really like that. Okay. Dermotaxi. Enters the battlefield, exile a creature card from a graveyard, tap 2 untapped creatures you control until end of turn. It becomes a copy of the exiled card, except it is a vehicle artifact in addition to its other types. There's Crack Open, which I do like. I think this card is very playable. Same with Flourishing Strike. I'm kind of leaning towards Greed, but I have to play pretty heavy black in order to do that. This deals damage to flyers and or pumps creatures. Dermotaxi is a 2-drop. Alright, well we took Greed, which I'm fine with. Artifacts looks really open. There's not a lot of blue and almost no black. I'm gonna take the Arcbound Whelp, and we might backdoor into artifacts here. Let's see. Lens Flare, 5 damage to attacking and blocking creature. It has Affinity. There's also Breathless Knight, Foul Watcher, Steelfin Whale, or Break Ties. I think Break Ties might be the pick. I really like Break Ties. I think it's really good in this format, just like Naturalize or a 1/1 counter. I think I'm taking the Mouser. Kind of drafting a little bit of everything again. Recalibrate, I think, is the most reasonable card for us to be playing. Floodhound is also somewhat okay. Piercing Rays, Fodder Tosser. I'll take a Fodder Tosser. I like having a... Well, Piercing Rays, though. I have not, in 20-some drafts, seen a single monkey. I mean, I'd be happy, because the card's worth a ton, right? But I guess we take Fairgrounds Patrol. Flourishing Strike, sure. Blacksmith Skill. So we're kind of half and half. 115 tickets. I'd be thrilled. So right now, after starting with 2 Dimir picks, we're drafting a white deck. Sword of Hearth and Home. Yeah, that's the card. Flicker and Rampant Growth. Seems good. Just take a note of what else is in this pack. But the sword it is. Diamond Lion. I think... Is an Artifact Bear reasonable in this deck? Oh, no, it's not. It's good and limited. I didn't take it because it's worth something, no. I might take the Artifact Bear. I'm going to take the Goldmire Bridge. I think it's better, actually. Well, it's a 2-mana 2/2. It's a bear. Alternatively, Diamond's Eye Lion. I think it's a companion here. We could take the Squirrel. The Squirrel is not a bad idea. But take the Affinity creature. Extruder, Ethereum Spinner, or Razortide Bridge. Nice. God, Ethereum Spinner gives us a bunch of flying creatures which can wield the sword. Extruder is normally better because of the Arcbound shenanigans. I think we take the Spinner. Out of those two, I think we take the Spinner. I don't... Like, generally the artifact lands have been going pretty late, so I'm not super worried. I will take the Mouser over Caprichrome. Caprichrome is good, especially with Flash. It's also like a pseudo-combat trick on a creature. Yeah. Mouser. Lifelink is broken. Arcbound Shikari enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature, artifact creature you control. It has modular 2. Definitely taking that. You very rarely see that card at all. So I'm not playing like any of these. Oh my gosh. Another Shikari. I think Shikari is better than Chrome Courier, but I would be happy with either. Lifelink is broken? Is that why more black creatures have it in the set than white? Yeah, but white gets it on a 1-drop. A 1-drop that can become a 10/10. I'm a little bit sad because I feel like I wasted like my first 6 picks. That was like my first 3 picks. America Medals. This is not the first time I've played this. This deck archetype. Flame Blitz, another blacksmith skill. Guardian Kieran or a Tormod's Crypt Keeper. Guardian Kieran is not bad. But I actually think the first Crypt Keeper matters more, especially when we're in the like artifact creature deck. Don't build Glimpse billion triggers in paper. You will never remember all of them. You'll get a judge called on you every single game. It's not worth the cost. Arcbound Slasher is totally fine for this deck. Crack Open is good, and it does fix, but I think we need Seal of Cleansing, because while I do have a green land, I'm probably not going to be playing that many green cards. Second Piercing Rays or a second Fairgrounds Patrol. I think we take the Patrol. Unbounded Potential is very good, both as a combat trick and as a better combat trick. Woo, Caprichrome! Get the goat. Do I have a Fodder Tosser yet? I do not. Lens Flare is probably... The first Lens Flare is probably better. Altar of the Goyf in the side. Nice. Well, I mean, if that's what works for you. Okay. Well, we're definitely taking Arcbound Shikari. Lannis is pretty crazy, but I'm not playing green at all, and I'm barely playing blue. So, Shikari it is. You stopped talking and drafted 7 Lens Flares? What? I thought I had another one in the side, but apparently was wrong. Kano confirmed plastered as well. I don't think so. Okay, I actually think I need to take Power Depot here. As much as I would really like that Mirror Scrappling, Power Depot tapping for any color to cast an artifact is huge, because all of our off-color cards, all of them, are artifacts. So we're taking the Power Depot. Almost as good as a monkey? Yeah, no kidding. Filigree Attendant is probably the pick. The problem is it is double blue, which is a little bit annoying, but still probably pretty good. Creatures you control having flying is pretty good with Wonder, but we'd have no way to get it into the grave unless I'm playing the cards that I took out of my deck already. So take the Attendant. I think I take another Tanglepool Bridge because I'm going to need more lands. More artifact lands specifically. I think it's better than Crypt Keeper, even though it's off color. I could end up splashing like a Captured by Legox off of one as well, if any of those come around. No problem, Clayton. Good luck with whatever you gotta go for. But thanks for tuning in today, and thanks for the art. I appreciate it. Foundry Helix, Scrappling. Hopefully another Scrappling comes around, but I need this Foundry Helix. I have no way to splash for it, though, actually, because Power Depot can't tap for red for Helix. I'm going to be playing some number of mountains, though. Yeah, we take the Foundry Helix. Arcbound Slasher or Chrome Courier. We'll take the Courier, because the Courier can help get through our deck a little bit faster, so we don't run out of cards. Another Chrome Courier, even though we're getting real heavy in the 3-drop slot. I think this is still correct. Gorilla Shaman. I wouldn't really be playing any of these. I guess I'll take the... I could take the Shaman in case I play against a guy who has Lannis, question mark. It's a good sideboard card, I guess. Razortide Bridge came around, thankfully, mercifully. We get some fixing. Mirror Scrappling came around, so we'll take Mirror Scrappling. I guess we take a Fairgrounds Patrol. Not super thrilled with that, but we literally can't cast anything else in this pack. Am I still trying to figure out multiple streams a week? Yeah, that's something I would like to do. There have been a couple of days where it's like, oh, maybe I can jump on and stream. But I'm kind of enjoying a little bit of newfound freedom right now. So it might be a little bit. I already have like 2 recalibrates, right? I have 1. I'll put a Zurin Orb in the side. I'm probably not playing a Zurin Orb. If I had more Power Depots, it might be reasonable. The main problem that I have with trying to stream multiple times a week is I tend to pack my schedule. So like I would have to pick a day I know I'm open and commit to it. And then just try and make that a regular thing. The problem is, like, for the next few nights, I have stuff planned, and so, like, I can't just say, oh, yeah, on this night I'll try and start, but... Which is how I would normally do something like that. Another mirror scrappling is definitely the pick here. No, I understood what you meant. I'm just saying, like, that's normally how I would do things. I don't want a colorless land in a 3-color deck like this, so we'll take another Caprichrome. I'm sure it's exhausting for being harassed out for hours in a week as it is. Sometimes I feel like really, really good after streaming. Like that's exactly what I needed. And other times I'm like, that was kind of tiring, but it was good. I feel like if I worry about the consistency of the stream because I feel like I have really good streams and some not so great streams, but they were fun for me at least. And like I don't know, maybe that's something I shouldn't be worried about. I just worry about quality, and if I start streaming multiple times a week, I'm afraid quality will drop. That's true. Alright. Let's build this deck. We've got to cut a few cards, so probably a Fairgrounds Patrol. I think Lens Flare is our worst removal. That's true. That is something that I do have trouble with sometimes, is being, like, reasonable. I'm not always a reasonable human being, especially when it comes to myself. I'm going to drop Caprichrome and Tormod's Crypt Keeper. And I think another Fairgrounds Patrol, and I think we've got ourselves a deck. Let's go ahead and add all of these lands. Then add basics. 2 mountains, 4 islands. 1, 2, 3 red sources only? I feel like we need one more mountain. Yeah, or let's drop 1 island and add 1 more mountain. You're almost always middle of the road. All right, we got ourselves a deck. Let's go. That's true. It's a good assessment. All right, round 1. We lost the die roll. We have a lot of really good cards, so I think we're keeping this hand. Hopefully we draw one of our really cheap creatures. And hopefully our opponent is like a green-white deck that has no answers to Sword of Hearth and Home. Oh shoot, I forgot. There's something I have to do really quick. There's a thing I'm supposed to check on. Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate the sentiment. Opponent leads on a mountain after mulliganing, and to a blazing Rootwalla. We draw a Plains, lead on Power Depot, pass the turn. Opponent plays a Viashino Lash Claw. We take one, untap, we draw a Mouser, play Tangle Pool Bridge, play Mouser, pass the turn. Opponent attacks for 1 again, and 2 more. Take 3. Then they play an Arcbound Tracker. We untap. We draw Plains. Play a Plains. I think we play the Shikari. 1/1 counter on the Mouser. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You guys really have stuck around. Like, the core group really, really has. Opponent plays a Cabal Initiate. Attacks for 2 with Menace, that's fine. We untap. We draw another Arcbound Shikari. How much does this cost? 3. Play a Mountain. Play another Arcbound Shikari. Counter up the other guys. Go to combat. Attack for 3 with First Strike. Opponent goes down to 15. We pass the turn. They untap. They play a Necromancer's Familiar. That's true. Lots of people are almost always in the Discord, and like even when I'm not around. So Thought Monitor only costs 2 now. So let's... I think we play out the sword. Play the sword. Equip the... Yeah, equip the bigger Shikari. Go to combat. Attack for 5. Opponent chumps, changes their mind. Chumps with a different card. Sure. First strike. Pass the turn. You mean Dave / Tarek? But yes. Opponent attacks for 3 in the air. We untap. We draw Ethereum Spinner. So... play Thought Monitor. Draw some cards. Arcbound Whelp and Sojourner's Companion. Play a Plains. I think we play a Slasher, give it haste. Let me think about this. Actually, let's play the Spinner. Play Sojourner's Companion for free. Because this gives me mana to re-equip Sword after we attack. Go to combat. Attack and attack. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy board state. All right. Let's do that again. Run it back. Opponent's probably going to have some number of artifact destruction spells. They are red. I can work with this. We will keep. Now that I'm not betting on Kano, he's winning. Typical. Opponent leads on Blazing Rootwalla. We draw a Sword again. Play Power Depot. Pass the turn. I don't still have the prediction open, do I? Okay, no, I don't. I figure now that there's not too many people around, we can we can stop doing that for a bit. We draw Sojourner's Companion. So if I was to go to a GP, where would I most likely go? So I'm planning on moving to the Wisconsin area next May. And I don't think between now and then there are going to be any GPs, because I think they're still not doing large tournaments. If there were, I would say Vegas and Denver are my most likely places I would go, because I've been to both of those before. But yeah, it's probably not, like, there might be some out that way that I can attend. Let me think here. So this costs like 6. I think we have to play the Shikari, even though it's way better later, simply because it has first strike and we can stop our opponent from attacking. They just used their removal spell. Hopefully they don't have another. They play a Swamp. They play a Mount Valus Manticore. So if they can discard something with 2 types, they can kill the Shikari, and that would be very bad. It's an artifact. Deals 1 damage. That is fine. Opponent scoops. All right, we win the match. I'm going to restart the old client and shame scoop. Yeah, it would be really cool to do like a meetup at a GP or something like that. I would really enjoy that. And I hope that that gets to happen. I post-COVID, or like whatever process changes have to occur for all this pandemic nonsense, I'm definitely going to make that a thing because I have seen a lack of people for far too long. Most you've been tempted to buy sealed and crack it. You could always invest and hold on to some sealed boxes of it. Just buy them and not crack them. Well, that would be... I would either play Modern or Limited. I wouldn't do anything else. This hand is a little bit slow. It has all of our colors of mana, though. Let's mulligan once. I think this will actually work out better. Put back Filigree Attendant, because we're never going to play it. Because they can be... I mean, if you wait 4 years, they will go up. Like... constructed, and throw 100 cards together with one being a legendary creature. Opponent goes to combat. Sure, no blocks. They hit us for 1. They play a Swamp. And a Viashino Lashclaw. We draw an island. Play an island, pass the turn. Oh, yeah. It just confuses the hell out of you. I mean, like, is this the same guy? It is not. Okay. That'd be really funny if he shame scooped and played against me again. I eventually got really tired of Constructed, and then Limited was the escape. Limited is like the roguelike of Magic formats. It's just a little bit more tolerable for a lot longer. Play a mountain. Let's go Chrome Courier. I guess we'll take Arcbound Whelp. Go to combat. Hit him for 1. Lifelink is a dumb mechanic. They play a Swamp. Well, like, that's another reason why I think I've gotten a little bit burned out in Modern. It's not only, like, a long time ago, Modern was pretty great, but it was also extremely consistent. You always knew what you were going to play against, etc., etc. How much does this cost? 4 or 5? Let's play Razortide Bridge. Go to combat. Attack. Okay, opponent did not block. I think we do have to do this to gain life, though, otherwise we're going to fall way too far behind. That's true. I'm also probably not the standard because I play a lot of Magic. It's about a league a day, which is 5 rounds of Magic, which is a lot. You know, that's between 5 and 15 games. Every day. And some days, I know I need to take a break, so I have to play 5 to 15 extra games the day before. That's one reason why I do make limited videos, is it's between, like, what is that, 6 and whatever games? 6 and 8, 6 and 9? 6 and 9 games? They might be sacking the spear here to do damage. They are. Move the counters over. We untap. While wearing the same shirt. Let's see. Play a plains. This costs 5, so I can play it. Alternatively, I can play the first striker, which might shut my opponent's attacks down. Yeah, we gotta play the first strike guy. You'll never know. Each limited format is different. So, like, I mean, there are some general limited skills, right? Like draft, what is it? Bombs removal, whatever, whatever. But, like, alright. Opponent ditches a card to play Hellmongrel. Stacking the triggers to give it haste. Yeah, but I forget everything after the art. That's what is exactly what I was thinking, Dick Record. Exactly what I was thinking. It's funny. But yeah. Like that's basically it. Opponent is casting a 1-mana black spell. It is Bone Shards, and we are screwed. Yeah, I do that too. And that's definitely lethal no matter how we block. The other reason that I got kind of disillusioned with Constructed is I played almost every single possible archetype in the modern format that I could play. And I didn't want to learn Legacy because the card pool was even larger. And so I could bring in Lens Flare, but I think I just kept a bad hand. The Ultimate Masters drafts? We'll play first. Yes. I will be keeping. These, yes. For these drafts, you get to keep them. They're $25 per draft. Start on Power Depot, pass the turn. Lurrus Jund 2.0. You think I can help you build that? Lead on the Mouser. Play Goldmire Bridge. Pass the turn. Can at least tell you what seems bad in Modern. Why not get rid of your Dreadbore and your Engineered Explosives, splash a couple of Triomes and a Sacred Foundry, and then play, what's it called? The Prismatic Ending. Oh, money? Yes, money. Take Sword of Hearthenhome. Pass the turn. Mana feels real bad as it is, that you're probably not playing with the right mana base. Or you're prioritizing the wrong colors. 5-color Jund go. You laugh, but a Jundi used to be a thing. Which was Jund that splashed white for a Johnny Vengeant. Play a Plains. Play a Mouser. Then play Arcbound Shikari. Counters everywhere. Go to combat. Attack for 2. Opponent's turn. Opponent attacks for 2. Take 2, go to 17. Then they play a Goblin Trap Runner. We untap. We draw Sojourner's Companion. How much does this cost? 2? Play Sword of Hearth and Home. Why is Meyer $50 a card? Because fetch lands. Equip Arcbound Shikari. Go to combat. Attack, attack. I hope Monkey ban, yeah. I really hope that happens. Flicker Chrome Courier. We will get a island. Chrome Courier comes back into play. We'll pick up Arcbound Slasher. Go to second main. Play Sojourner's Companion. Pass the turn. No, Monkey has got to go first. Monkey, Lurrus, and Bauble all should be banned. I'm less on the fence about Dragon's Rage Channeler being banned because it's effectively just copy number 12 of Monastery Swiftspear, but when it goes to combat and attacks, all right, block here, block here. We get Morrow on the phone. So they're killing the lifelinker, so we're just going to modular onto Sojourner's Companion. I think my opponent is dead. We untap, draw an island, play an island, play Arcbound Slasher, give it haste. Go to combat. Game's over. Woo! On to game 3. Run it back. Mouser getting lifelink is just so good. So good. Yeah, but you're also playing Jund, which is a deck that actually plays answers, and is not just a proactive slugfest deck. I mean, it is, but that hand's not keepable, unfortunately. This hand is, but not very. We gotta put back Slasher. You're not mono answer. Tarmogoyf is not an answer. We draw the Mouser. Get him, Robo-Kitty. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a mountain, plays a lightning spear. We untap and draw a sword. Go to combat. Attack for 1. I mean, like, Tarmogoyf gets bigger for free, right? That's the only thing he's got going for him. He's laughably outclassed as a threat. Once considered the best green guy in all of Magic. And he is no longer even good. Go to combat. Attack for 3. Opponent's probably going to sack the spear here. Yep. Nothing we can do about that. So opponent's going to take 2. Play the sword, the S word. Pass the turn. 10 answers in a deck is reasonable. Not when it's a 1-drop that's forcing them to play them. Play an island. Equip. Go to combat. Attack with Fairgrounds Warden. Oh, I didn't want to flicker that. Get a mountain. The land comes into play untapped. That's pretty sick. Equip. Pass the turn. Exile up to 1, so I need to not target. Opponent plays a Goblin Trap Runner. Oh, I can't actually target the creature with the sword equipped. Okay, new plan. Untap. We draw a mountain. Play a mountain. Foundry Helix, the Trap Runner. Sacking a mountain. We go to combat. Attack for 4. Hit them for 4, take them to 9. No targets for that. Go and get a Plains. Pass the turn. If my opponent has an answer for the sword, we can eat it. We'll literally eat it with the goat. Opponent plays a Hell Mongrel. Flash in Caprichrome, but we're not eating any artifacts. Untap. We draw Filigree Attendant. Equip Caprichrome. Go to combat. If my opponent wants to sack or discard 2 cards from their hand. Remember when Devour was a mechanic? Shards of Alara, I think, was the last time Devour showed up in Standard, right? Opponent blocks. They can discard 2 cards if they want to kill the Caprichrome. Rakdos Headliner. Guiltblade Prowler. Those were 2 action spells my opponent had to give up. Shards was when you started playing? Yeah, things have changed a lot since Shards. Yeah, I started playing during, like, apparently the day before Avacyn Restored released. I didn't even know. I didn't even know pre-releases were a thing. I just went into a store, bought starter decks with a friend, and decided we wanted to play. Opponent ditches Kitchen Imp to Bone Shards, probably killing Filigree Attendant. They still have one card in hand. Monkey is only in 22% of decks. I'm pretty sure they banned Twin when it was 12% of decks. So... and that was when we knew it was in 12%. We draw Arcbound Shikari. So equip Fairgrounds Patrol. Go to combat. You started in Modern and got a Rude Awakening at FNM. Hit our opponent for 4. Sword of Hearth and Home. Go get another land. Play Arcbound Shikari. Luris is 22%. Monkey is 22%. Dragon's Rage Channeler is 21%. Yeah, but like, deck statistics alone... deck statistics alone are not really ban criteria. The format is as aggressive as it is because Luris and Monkey exist. Specifically, Luris Bauble taking over the endgame, and Monkey taking over the early game. With those 3 cards out of Modern, Modern will fix itself. Also, Hammer Time, though? Yeah, Hammer Time's aggressive, but it's answerable. It also doesn't win virtually on turn 1. It wins on turn 2. Which is enough time to play a land. Like, Hammer Time's also a lot easier to hate. I don't know about with Urza's Saga. I've only played it once. Saga is easier to answer and doesn't immediately win the game, though. I'm not saying it should remain in Modern. I'm saying they should ban Monkey, ban Luris, and ban Bauble. Let the format shake out for a month. And then if Urza's Saga takes over the metagame, ban Saga. Those cards really shouldn't exist in Modern, to be completely honest. So opponent is attacking for 9. They can make it 10. We'll just take 10. I guess Trumpet Blast kills me. We go to 6. You'll take a Monkey ban if the Hammer goes too. Hammer's fine. It really is fine. Without Luris, there is no help for Bauble. Ban free effects. I'm still on that bandwagon. Bauble enables Delirium too easily. Sam Black said that Saga was not a properly tested card when he was there. Big surprise. Okay, this just means we win guaranteed. Stop being a boomer. I drafted Cold Snap, sir, on multiple occasions. Give it haste. Go to combat. Now you're just trying to get me upsetty. Opponent Unholy Heats there. And then dies? Boomer Hammer? Do not flicker. Get a land. The problem is free spells are always broken or they're not. There is no in-between free spell. The spell is either completely unplayable or broken for free spells. Magic is the best. Magic is at its best when people do not cheat mana costs. And but like ramp is kind of an okay way to cheat mana costs, provided the ramp is not too strong. Gutshot does not seem fine. Gutshot is in the same broken prowess deck. Like, you can build a broken prowess deck because Gutshot and Gitaxian Probe and Mutagenic Growth all exist. Like, because it's not broken right now, the only reason it's not broken right now is because there are more broken spells that fit the same slot. Like, Gutshot, Surgical, Force Negation, most of the elementals, all of those can go. Making me complain. Getting me all upset. Surgical is so useful. Doesn't matter. Extirpate was a completely reasonably fine card. It didn't need to be free. And before you tell me they're different, they're not. They're different in such narrow circumstances. What about Leyline? That's actually a good question. Leylines are probably the closest to being fair free effects, because there is a real cost to running them, and it isn't mana. The cost is you could have a terrible top deck, right? And so far, other than the Leyline that increased the amount of mana your creatures tap for, they haven't really printed a broken one. Most of them are defensive or sideboard in nature. So I feel less bad about them. But I would feel better for a world where free effects in Magic didn't exist. Truly free effects. The mana one didn't even do all that much. I feel like it did. We're on the draw. I can keep this. Opponent plays Arcbound Javelineer to start. We draw Mouser. Play Goldmire Bridge. Pass the turn. I'm playing the Goldmire Bridge because if I draw an untapped land and want to play Fairgrounds Patrol, I can. See, I don't want Force to exist. I want Modern to exist in a state where free counter spells don't exist. I will say that, like, Force of Negation is among the least egregiously designed free counter spells. It is still more than I actually want to deal with. We're going to do the not Kano thing and continue building board state. Pass the turn. We did just miss our turn 3 land drop. God, we really need to draw land. Alright, go to combat. We're going to have to do an aggressive, unbounded potential play. Are you asking me, Mana Traders? I used to play Ad Nauseam. I don't anymore because it's not the deck I know how to play. I didn't know he was a dickhead. Alright. We still get a counter on this Fairgrounds Patrol, hopefully. I put the counter on my opponent. You made me click. You distract. I'm blaming all of you for that one. I put a counter on my opponent's Arcbound Javelineer because I'm a genius. Leave it to Kano, putting in round 3. That's so bad. Oh, I am upset about that. We draw the sword. It's Megathopter. Oh no. It was comedy gold. Well, it's a Kano. It's only Kano would make that punt. Only Kano could so genuinely make that punt. And then deserve to get upset about it. Opponent attacks for 2. This is really a death by 1,000 cuts situation, isn't it? Alright. Opponent plays Constable of the Realm, which is actually a huge problem. How much does Thought Monitor cost? 4? So I can play Chrome Courier, try and hit another land. I think I have to play Chrome Courier and then stay on defense. Constable of the Realm getting a 1/1 counter for any reason will just kill us. Actually, no, it's worse than that. I have to Foundry Helix. No takesy backsies. I don't know. Generally everybody that I've played Magic with ever has been like, yeah, no takebacks. You made a really dumb play. So it's not really I like how Mana Traders is like, yeah, people that do that are assholes, right? And I'm here explaining why like everybody in Magic that I ever play is that way. I'll do it like at FNM, especially against a new player. I'll let them take back whatever they want, basically. But if I'm at a GP and my opponent really screws up, they got to deal with it. Chrome Courier time. Find me a land, Chrome Courier, because I need it. I'll take another Chrome Courier, question mark. If I can draw a land, Arcbound Mouser becomes really good. I think we gotta take Chrome Courier, though. Yeah, but you also wouldn't target an opponent's creatures with a proliferate buff spell like that. I also wouldn't get really drunk and cast Time Warp targeting my opponent. But I mean, like, yeah, but that's just the interface of the client, right? That's not like... If I was at a GP, it would kind of be understood that I would not want to take that action unless I specifically remembered the trigger and called it out. Like... But, I don't know. Okay, so Thought Monitor costs 3 now. Alternatively, we can play Ethereum Spinner and it'll cost 2 next turn. I think we play Thought Monitor just because we're hurting so bad for lands. And we're doing it pre-combat because we need... like, if my opponent does have, like, a piercing ray, well, not piercing rays, but if they have the affinity divine arrow effect, like, it'd be a problem. Go to combat. Attack them for 1. And now we're going to discard... I actually think this Arcbound will help. Opponent plays Altar of the Goyf. Okay, opponent attacks with a 4/4, that's fine. We untap, we draw another Mere Scrapling. Play Sword of Hearthenhome. Suit up Thought Monitor, because we're going to flicker a Chrome Courier. Opponent Tragic Falls. That is quite tragic. Pass the turn. I mean, like, as long as they don't continue to have, like, a bunch of removal every single turn, we should be okay. Because we have so many creatures and stuff in hand. Opponent attacks for a lot in the air. That's fine. Opponent plays an Arcbound Mouser. We untap. We draw another Arcbound Shikari. Play Chrome Courier. Get a Sojourner's Companion. Equip Sword of Hearth and Home. Go to combat. Attack for 3 in the air. Deal damage. Flicker Chrome Courier. Get a Plains. Get a Blacksmith skill. That's interesting. But I think we still just play Scrappling, play Companion. Pass the turn. Next turn it gets even better. So next turn we can break ties, killing the Altar of the Goyf. Flay Essence. Sure. I don't know why. Well, never mind. Alright. Opponent can make a really big Mouser and swing, I suppose. That way they gain life. No blocks. Take 6, go to 5. Untap. We draw Razortide Bridge. So play the bridge. Play Arcbound Shikari. Go to combat. Attack for 4. Opponent no blocks. We do still need to flicker Chrome Courier here. Get a Plains. Get a Filigree Attendant. I think we're going to leave up Break Ties and Blacksmith skill. Opponent goes to combat. Destroy the Altar of the Goyf. Block here. Blacksmith skill. Kill their guy. They could have Javelineered that, right? Turok kicked. I mean, that's bad, but it's not the end of the world. It would take our 2 best spells, wouldn't it? That is my luck. Alright. They're going to Flay Essence. That does take away our better flicker target. They gain more life. Alright, we untap. Draw Tanglepool Bridge. Play the bridge. Go to combat. Attack for 4. I think we're going to end up flickering one more time. Get a Plains. Chrome Courier comes back. Get Sojourner's Companion. Okay. Play Ethereum Spinner. Play Scrappling. Play Companion. Get a Thopter. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They draw. They play a land. They go to combat. Block with a scrapling. Shorten the clock. They play a Healer's Flock. Okay. We untap. Draw Arcbound Shikari. That does make life a bit easier. Play the Shikari. Counter up the whole team. Go to combat. Attack with Chrome Courier for 6. No blocks. They take 6. Flicker the Shikari. Alright, Halsey, you have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. It was good to have you. Second main. Move the sword over so they can't swing with lifelink. Pass the turn. Opponent attacks for 1. No blocks. Take 1 and go to 9. We untap. Draw planes. Move the sword back over. And go to combat. Attack for 7. Counter up here. Hit them for 8. Whew. Is that game 1 or 2? Can anyone tell me? I don't remember which game we were playing. That's bad. Sad Steve, welcome. Glad to have you. It sure would be nice if the client made it easy to find out, yes. I could see bringing in Seal of Cleansing for Altar of the Goyf, just to have an additional answer. I don't know what else I would drop. Maybe Piercing Rays? But Piercing Rays has other utility. I think we just run it back. I mean, I hit show game log, but the game log did not come up. That was game 1. We did win game 1, thank God. All right. Good to know. We will be keeping this hand. Opponent leads on a swamp. We untap. We draw Tanglepool Bridge. Lead on Razortide Bridge. Pass the turn. So the idea is we're going to play Arcbound Shikari on 3. We're going to play Sword of Hearth and Home, leaving up Blacksmith Skill on 4. Arcbound Mouser this early is excellent. Pass the turn. Opponent plays another swamp. We draw planes. It might be worth just leaving up Blacksmith Skill the whole time. I'm going to do that. Play Tanglepool Bridge, go to combat, and attack for 1. So on turn 4, we'll play Arcbound Shikari, leaving up Blacksmith Skill. On turn 5, we'll play and equip the sword. Maybe without white mana this isn't necessary, but it looks like my opponent might be mana screwed, so time to press the advantage. How much is Sojourner's Companion? 3. Okay. Play Arcbound Shikari. Opponent Tragic Falls. Unfortunately, the cat was saved from its fall by the blacksmith making it too good. Go to combat. Attack for 4. 9 lives. Opponent goes down to 15. I guess they could have Flay Essence. That would be annoying, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. They'd have to have multiple Flay Essences. They did have one. We untap. We draw Arcbound Whelp. Play an island. How much is this? 3 still. Play Sword. Equip Sword. Go to combat. Hit them for 4. No flicker targets. Go get a mountain. Pass the turn. Sojourner's Companion, I believe, costs 2 there. So next turn we can play the Whelp and the Companion. Opponent has another Flay Essence. We draw Piercing Rays. Play Tangle Pool Bridge. Play the Whelp. Cast the Companion. Oh, the Companion cost 1. Yeah, okay. Cast the Companion. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They play a Plains. It might be too late. We untap. We draw Filigree Attendant. Equip. Opponent break ties, destroying the sword. Alright, that sucks. Go to combat. Attack for 6. They go to 9. Then we play Filigree Attendant, because we need to end this game. I missed a damage. Hopefully that damage doesn't matter. Opponent has another Tragic Fall. And a Piercing Rays. Good God. That damage matters right now. Or not. Play Arcbound Slasher. Give it haste. Go to combat. Attack for 7. That 1 damage did not end up mattering. Or at least hasn't yet. So we'll see. Opponent plays a Plains. And scoops. We get there. 6 packs, baby. 6 packs. So expect some Modern Horizons 2 draft content coming up. That'll learn them. Tell it like it is, Deck Record. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. You're all wonderful human beings. I really appreciate all the support, the viewership. You guys are great. Dick Record, thank you for rating. Sad Steve, thank you for showing up. Ocean Infinity, big thank you for handing out 5 Tier 1 community subs and resubscribing yourself, as well as Joest and Six Sigma for resubscribing. You guys are great. You're all wonderful. I hope to see you again soon. Hopefully we can get to that 2 times a week stream. That would be ideal. But until then, I'll see you next Wednesday. Or noon on YouTube. Whichever one comes first. Bye!